Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Constance the Reader. It's Tuesday and we're starting a new vlog. I just finished one like an hour ago, but I got all my stuff done in the house, so it's time to start again. We're gonna start with the manga I'm gonna be reading in like 24 hours. Okay, I am not gonna be able to finish all three of these. I'm gonna choose, okay. Let's start here actually. Okay, so this was the Twitter post that got me to read I Grabbed the Leash of the Blind Beast. Okay, so these are the things that are going to be ads or coins on the 23rd. I finally finished I Grabbed the Leash of the Blind Beast. There's 3 others to choose from. I checked out Daily JoJo. That has 5 seasons, so I highly doubt I will be able to get anywhere close to finishing that in 24 hours. I'll Take That Marriage this time seems doable because it's like a little bit over 60, and I'll put the chapter count here. Now, I didn't check out You Can't Kill Me, The Secret Bride of, let's look at that really quick. I didn't check that one out yet. Webtoon. Okay, hold on, everybody. Should have just had that up and ready. Okay, of course, You Can't Kill Me. Beep boop 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 beep boop boop bop boop beep. All right. I definitely can't do that. It's okay. Maybe actually, let me take that back. Okay. Technically, this one is 82 episodes. So I'll read both of the synopsises of, okay, so first, You Can't Kill Me, The Secret Bride of the Black Wolf. Yeonwoo Chae, a talented yet lonely composer from Korea, finds herself and her family trapped in the underworld after a car crash. In her first life, she marries Hyojo, who ultimately kills her. In her second life, she takes revenge by taking her own life in front of him. Ooh, girl. But despite her desperate wish for an end, she's given another chance at life. Okay, this sounds good. However, this time, instead of encountering Hyojo, she's discovered by Huita, a mysterious man with a black wolf as his guardian spirit. Can Yeonwoo break the cycle and find true safety in this treacherous underworld? Okay. That sounds really good. It really, really does. Let's look at... Oh, that looks good too. Dude, Webtoon, they'll get you. Subscribe to that one. Doo-doo. Beep. Okay. Oh my God, some of these look so good, these covers. Holy shit. Okay. Get back on track, honey. All right, so I'll Take That Marriage this time. Adored by her noble family, Sina Devie had a perfect life until one night ruined her societal debut, her family's honor, and her future in one fell swoop. Determined to fix her mistake, she chooses to marry the man from that night, only to find herself trapped in a nightmare that ended with her lonely death. Then she woke up, 18 years old again, with a second chance at life. Sina swears off marriage for good, but her plans change when he appears. I want to be your choice. Ooh, enter Duke Constantine, the man determined to rewrite her destiny. I think those sound good. Both of those sound really good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to power through tonight. Yes, I'm going to power through both of those. And I'm going to turn my phone off, or I'm going to put a timer on. And I'm going to spend an hour reading one and an hour reading the other and see how far I get. And maybe before tomorrow is over, I can completely finish those two. And while I'll have to put Daily JoJo off, unfortunately, it will be like for purchasing, like after that. Who knows? You never know. Maybe I could start on that too. But I'm really excited about this too. So something I like that I make Devin do this, by the way. And I'm going to make him do it again for the video too, is a lot of the time when I want him to help me figure out something to read, obviously I have mini stacks here, okay? At this point, there's no rhyme or reason to what's going on. It's just kind of like doing its own thing. So I'll be like, okay, give me a number, one from whatever in each stack. So he did that last night. This is one I was already going to read, and that is Seduced by the Demon King, The Sensual Rebirth, Volume 4. I really want to get into this. I think this might be the end. I think this might be the final one because they are absolutely going to be getting married in this. I mean, hello. That was my own choice, but these are the 4 that Devin picked. So it's not like he picked them out himself. He just says, okay, this stack, pick volume 8. And in some of these, obviously, I've got multiple series in here. So if he ended up choosing a number that was like volume 4, but I hadn't read volume 1, that's what we ended up picking up. So we actually ended up with every first volume. So I'm going to be starting Be My Worst Nightmare. I don't think I read this. I'm going to have to go back and look, but it's actually good if I do end up rereading this because I don't remember what it was about. And I just thank you, Devin. I recently got volume 2 because I did not have volume 2. And that is Love in the Palm of His Hand, volume 1. So I'm excited. Have I read something by Renteku? I have to look it up. I'm going to be getting into Don't Hold Back, Lord Hades, volume 1. I'm excited. I've been wanting to try this one for a long time. I had recently, I think in March, maybe it was February, got volume 2. So I'm excited. You know, he got her titty in his hand. Okay. Okay, sir. And this will be a reread because I really have been wanting to restart the series. I got approved for this one on NetGalley sometime last year. I liked it, but I never continued. And I have all 4 volumes. I'm not sure if it stops at 4, but my noisy roommate, The Roof Over My Head, Comes with Monsters and a Hottie. So these are Devin's picks for me, but I'm going to make him do it again because I just like it. It makes me happy. And I'll like incorporate these stacks too. I think I would like to try to do a video that's only Hansama because that was just the first volume in a series. You know what I mean? And see like, okay, will I keep it / will I continue reading the series? I think that might be a good idea for a video. Let me know that in the comments. Or I might be doing it in this video, who knows? But we're not stopping getting Hansama as of right now. As of right now, I'm keeping that subscription. It's like $34 a month. I can handle that, you know, for now. We'll see. But we could still do more with it. Who knows? Other than that, the regular books I have, still making my way through Blackout. I actually have gotten pretty far in this. I'm not quite to the halfway mark, but we're so close. Obviously, I have Heated Rivalry. I'm going to start this soon. But I really want to focus on the manhwa, and you know, I really should take this time to do NetGalley. We might be doing that as well. Oh, I got to start this. I might be asking for an extension in the book club with my mom, my sister, my cousin, but I haven't even opened or started Trick Mirror. This was my sister's pick. Reflections on Self-Delusion. Actually, I'll read the back for you guys. Gia Tolentino is a peerless voice of her generation, tackling the conflicts, contradictions, and sea changes that define us and our time. In this dazzling New York Times best-selling collection of 9 original essays, written with a rare combination of generosity and sharpness, wit and fearlessness, she delves into the forces that warp our vision, demonstrating an unparalleled stylistic potency and critical dexterity. Trick Mirror is an enlightening, unforgettable trip through the river of self-delusion that surges just beneath the surface of our lives. In each essay, Tolentino writes about a cultural prism, the rise of the nightmare social internet, the advent of scamming as a definitive millennial ethos, the literary heroine's journey from brave to blank to bitter, the punitive dream of optimization, which insists that everything, including our bodies, should become more efficient and beautiful until we die. Gleaming with Tolentino's sense of humor and capacity to elucidate the impossibly complex in an instant, and marked by her desire to treat the reader with profound honesty, Trick Mirror is an instant classic for the worst decade yet. It's 9 essays. I don't know how long the essays are. Is there a table of contents? Okay, there's 30 days in the month of April. There may be a possibility that I can finish this before the 30th, but it is a little over 250 pages. It is, so that's 263, and that's when the chapter starts. Oh, Devin's home. It's under 300 pages. So there may be an opportunity for me to finish this. We shall see. And then I also pulled The Girl Next Door by Rachel Meredith and Our Vicious Oaths, Annie Davenport. We're basically gearing up towards whatever the fuck is in the cards for me. We shall see. Again, I've got time. Yes, I will be saying that a lot. And it's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. No, I am. I'm doing good. Things are going well here. My family's healthy. My family's happy. Everything's gonna be fine. But anyway, we'll turn off the camera for now because I'm gonna say hi to Devin before he gets in here. And maybe before he like gets comfortable. Oh, did he vote? I need to text him. We'll be talking in a second. My poor baby did not vote. I was just watching him out the window. I texted him, I was like, did you vote? He put that seatbelt right back on. But you know what? That just goes to show that I got a good man right there, because he could have been like, I'm home. Like, I don't want to do this. But you know what? We've got to stand up for Virginia. God damn it. This is the place we live, and I want to make it real good for myself and others. The future is our children. Not that I will be having any, but for those who have kids, I want to make it right for y'all. So yeah, don't forget to vote in local elections, everybody. You know, those matter a lot. I'm really happy with Spanberger. You know, I have to get my little moment and talk about it, but I love Spanberger so far. I'm liking what's going on. Thank you very much. And that's what managers. So yes, congrats to Devie. Maybe I won't put him through the act of picking the stuff for me, but I will make sure that he's doing good when he gets home. I'll make sure he got a nice cold crispy Sprat ready for him. Or maybe I didn't give him a Diet Coke. We'll see. I'm gonna give him a nice cold drink to wash down whatever he wants for dinner. He gets rewarded for, you know, going out there and voting, because you gotta vote. But anyway, boom, everything's good. I'll see you guys in a second. Tell me when.
When?
Hi. Okay, so Devie is here to help me figure out some more manga to read. Okay, Devie, you got quite a few stacks to pick from, but we're going through all of them. But you're gonna give me a number, creative number, obviously. And if you land on a like volume 4 of a series I haven't started, then we'll just do with one, which is what we did last night. So let's start at this one here. Pick a number.
9.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, okay. We're going to be, I was going to restart this anyway. We're going to be restarting the Big Apple. Okay. This is about a guy, he's like, I don't know, working for the secret police, and he's kind of being blackmailed to be there, but this guy is obsessed with him, and he has beads in his penis. Like little implants. And they show you. Let me keep making sure the beads. Oh my god. Luckily this one's censored, so I can actually turn this around. Will I find the beads? I think I'll find the beads. Jesus. I'm not finding the beads. So we'll skip the beads, but people know. I've talked about this before. Alright, this one.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is a good one. I'm really excited because I'm really excited about all of them. But this is the next volume in Yanakun. I've watched the first season of the anime. It's so good. I'm excited. Okay, boom.
2.
1, 2. Okay. Haberdashery. Ginmokusai. They're tailors. And there's 2 volumes. I'm really excited because they both look like this. Very, very nice covers in my opinion. Yeah. You've chosen 2 BL so far. Alright, go. This pile.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, okay, so here's a one shot. I'm excited about this one. I've heard that this one is gonna probably make me cry. So I am excited. Boom. Okay. We got a few more to get through.
Oh, there's more?
Oh yeah, we're doing some more.
Okay, where are we going? What am
We're
I
going
filming?
to this one here.
Oh, okay.
Since you like to make fun of how many stacks I have.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, okay, this is a one shot. Love a kitten and a salty dog.
Oh, wow.
Ruff, ruff. Or meow. Which do you prefer? Alright, Devie. Lots of BL. I'm excited for that. Alright, we'll do... Don't look at the titles, okay? This back here.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh! Okay. My boss is a giant. He manages my every need with enormous skill. This is the complete one, I believe. Yeah, complete manga collection. Let's see if they get real they get nice and freaky in this one. I'll let you look through that later. And then here we go here.
2.
Ooh, okay, I've been wanting to read this one. Shut up! Why are you laughing? What's funny? No, I want you to say it.
Ooh! Ooh!
I am excited. So this is from Han-sama. This is Tales of the 100 Monsters Next Door. So this is, like, I don't have the rest of this series, and I'm mostly talking to you, but not them, they know. They know. Han-sama, it gives you, like, the first volume of every, like, series to try out, and then you decide what you want. And I'm excited to try that. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I just love to read. But anyway, oh girl, I might knock it off in the booty. We don't want that. Okay, you don't need to film me. You don't need to film me getting up.
Struggling.
Stop!
Oh shit, it's not even recording.
Yes, it is. You butthole. Anyway, I should make you do another one. Last one. Pick a number.
8.
Ooh, you're gonna be happy, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Devie gets his wish. We're getting back into One Piece. And you see, you
Super!
Super! Boku wa Doctor Tony Tony Chopper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. Are you excited for me?
I am.
You want me to tell you if I like them? Which I know I will. I know I'm going to dislike anything I pick because, you know, I really dislike the stuff I pick. So, but this is all Devie, so I don't like it. It's on you, Devie.
Okay.
I know I will like it though. But anyway, I'll see you guys in a second. We'll talk some more. Boom. And hit end. Don't make me fucking wait. Okay, I'm going to try really hard to finish this before the night is over so I can read all of it for free. I don't know how far I'll get because I'm only on episode 11. It does feel like every time I'm thinking like, oh, I must be so far. No, girl, I'm not so far ahead. This is really good. Okay, so I told you guys yesterday what the synopsis is. Basically, it's a woman who's kind of like reborn after experiencing a horrible marriage where she was essentially like left to die. She is pushed back in time like 10 years in the past, so she's 18 again. And when she's actually 19, I'm sorry. When she was 18, that is when her friend introduced her to the man who she married that just completely became abusive towards her. And then she suffered kind of in silence. She didn't want to tell anybody what was going on. And then eventually she got so sick. I think she had tuberculosis, but she got so sick that she basically died alone. And that was really sad. I hated to see that. But then she wakes up And apparently, she's actually been in a coma since she was 18. So she never had the opportunity to like meet and marry the man who did this to her, right? So she's determined, okay, I'm not going to make the same mistake or decision. I'm going to avoid this man at all costs, and that's it. I'll just be with my family. She's always been like a quiet person who just liked to read and learn. And like her best friend was like, I mean, her best friends were her family, but like she loves her older brother and she loves her twin brother, Yuri. Well, when she wakes up after being in a coma for a year, Yuri doesn't exist in this timeline. Okay. So here comes spoilers. All right. As I've mentioned, Webtoon has comments, and I really do appreciate those. When he was not there, when she regained her consciousness, people in the comments were like, I bet Yuri sacrificed himself so she could be reborn. Because nobody knows who she's talking about. Yuri does not exist. She goes about her life. She ends up seeing people that she used to know. And there's a few players now that she's suspicious of, that she was not suspicious the first time she was alive. So at the time, she had a best friend named Elizabeth. And Elizabeth befriended her. She was like one of the only girls who became friends with her when she was, because Reina, the main character, is so quiet and all she really is concerned about is reading. Like, she does not hurt anybody. She's just a very nice person. But Elizabeth is the one that introduced Reina to the guy who eventually killed her in her first life. So the thing that like kicked everything off is that on her 18th birthday, that was when she was supposed to have her debutante ball, and that's when she was originally introduced to George Hollander. Now, at 18, she didn't have her debutante ball because she was in a coma. She is now 19. For some reason, her best friend Elizabeth did not debut when she was supposed to. She waited, and she's waiting until she's waiting until Reina got better. So Reina is immediately, Sana, why did I say Reina? Sana is immediately suspicious. And, you know, these things start to flood back to her. Like, her friend is like, oh no, you simply have to let me help you plan your debutante ball. You simply have to let me do this. And she is like, oh God, I forgot that she was like this. Like, she's just very like overbearing and, you know, basically she wants to dress me up just like her, but like an uglier version of her. And she's not ugly, but what I mean by that is like, what was it in Mean Girls? She's just a less hot version of me. So like, she acknowledges that she's pretty. Obviously she's somebody who people are interested in, but she makes it so she's the one who stands out more. So this is when Sana has her first boundary. She stops like doing everything with Elizabeth, and it's coming up to the day that is supposed to be the debutante ball, but there's also a festival happening right before. She is going to see the, like, I don't know, spirits of the pact of the fucking kingdom or whatever. And I guess every noble house had a pact with a spirit that protected their home or whatever, their line. Sana's family apparently lost a pact with their spirit guide, and so they don't have one. But she, like, the thing that she was always reading was like that history of her family. So she eventually, at the festival, sees the Kramer spirit and like Konstantin Kramer. And he's like I guess like one person has a pact and then maybe they can channel them. I don't know yet. I haven't gotten too far into the lore of it. But they lock eyes, and that's like the first time she'd ever really like seen him like that, even in her past life. Okay. Then she is confronted with a friend who in her first life was like best friends with her and her twin brother Yuri. And I really am hoping that this second time around, because she's going to get reborn again. Okay, this is the crazy thing. I was like, oh man, that's crazy. Like, I'm so excited to just kick it off after she's reborn. No, girl, we have another reborn situation, I think. Can you believe that shit? I love a good twister-rooney. Give it to me. Give me more of them. So, like I said in the synopsis, she dies in the first one because she had a bad marriage. But, you know, let's just go ahead and read it again because I want you. Aw, Connie. hit the wrong thing. All right. Okay. She chooses to marry the man from that night. Wait, sorry. Determined to fix her mistake, she chooses to marry the man from that night, only to find herself trapped in a nightmare that ended with her lonely death. Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I'm wrong. Girl. Okay. I was wrong. I thought she dies a second time. She does not die a second time. This is, I guess, only one thing. Boom. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, because for a second there, I was getting nervous because I was like, okay, she gets married a second time, but she's going to get married to, I was scared she was going to get married to the friend, like the former friend. She's becoming really good friends with that guy's sister, and I don't want him to kill her. Like, I want him to be a good person. I'll be honest with you. Okay, there we are. Okay, so I can't even act like I didn't say that. I did say it. My bad. Anyway, okay, so Constantine Kramer, sexy, icy blonde hair type dude. Okay, really, really pretty. He, in the first life, okay, he married Elizabeth. Something, oh my God, girl, hold on. Let me say this first. Okay, I skipped over the most important part. Okay. What it sounds like happened is that the night of her debutante ball, I think that she was given a ton of liquor, like an alcohol and stuff, and Elizabeth put her in bed with two men. And even if nothing happened, she was still discovered and sandwiched between two men. And you know what? First of all, why are we judging her for that? Let a woman be the cream to the Oreo cookie, because that's kind of fucking hot. I'm sorry. Sue me. Two men, one lady? Oh my God. Just being like, engulfed in both of these men who are just wanting to devour her. Are you kidding me? It sounds delightful for the story. I mean, anyway, but yeah, like, okay. And why are you being judgmental? Well, this is that kind of time. You can't be doing that. So her reputation is completely sullied. So she ends up having to marry George Hollander. And I think that there may have been whisperings about, but see, that this is a thing. So so Sana also has internal monologue, and she's like, she was jealous of, Elizabeth at the time when the first life, when she got to marry Constantine Kramer, but she says something like, but I ruined her first chance. So I wasn't going to allow myself to be bitter and have her see it. So I wonder if the truth is, I don't know, maybe the thing was that Elizabeth was supposed, oh yeah, that's right, bitch. There we go. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. Shit, I think I almost missed something. Okay, so here's the thing. These are my internal thoughts, obviously. This was not explicitly stated. I think it's going to come out. So she said, like, she messed up something for Elizabeth. But then we saw the night of that debutante ball, right? So the debutante ball, present day. Elizabeth tries to get George and Sana to be close to each other, and it doesn't happen. Okay, and that's what brings her closer to Constantine Kramer. I'm wondering if, because Elizabeth and George Hollander were supposed to be engaged, that still stands apparently in the present day. I'm wondering if what happened was Elizabeth did not want to be engaged to George. So she set both of them up, but she knew that George was awful. So that was her plan all along. Get out of her situation so she could marry someone better. And then screw Sana. She doesn't even like her. She's a hater, dude. Elizabeth is a fucking hater. And, more and more and more, Sana's starting to see how sinister and dark-sided Elizabeth is. Okay, and she's pretty dark-sided if you ask me. Now that in the comments, right, these comments on Webtoon, someone made a point, not made a point, but someone made a comment and they were like, oh, dude, now that we're talking more about like spirits of these noble families, Yuri was a spirit. It's so clear. And yeah, we just kind of saw something like that. So Yuri was apparently the spirit of her family who is now trying to help her. So that's why I got nervous, because I read that wrong. I thought this happened twice, and that she died the first time. She unfortunately gets remarried to someone else, so she kind of like a broken ring type situation. But then she dies again, and then he has to do it all over. And then that's what brings her close to Constantine. And again, not just the friend I was scared about, but now the prince is kind of acting funny too, bitch. I don't like the look of him. He's really reminding me of the crown prince from I Grabbed the Blind Beast. I Grabbed the Leash of the Blind Beast from yesterday. He was a piece of crap. Nasty, evil, sick mother chucker. This crown prince in here is like that too. But he's becoming infatuated with her. So just like the crown. And then the crazy thing about this too is that he can have multiple wives, it seems, until he finds the right one, I think, who has his baby. So obviously Sena, she's gorgeous, but she's also like very demure. We love a demure, beautiful woman. Okay, we love that. But y'all can't put your hands on her. Okay, this is not that kind of story, bitch. So I'm actually happy now that I've rectified that. Now that I've got the right of it. So now I know. Okay. There you have it. Anyway, making good time. Hopefully I can get pretty far. I will stay up late just to finish this. I also have Resident Evil on the TV, and you can't see, but that's what I'm going to be watching in the background, or have in the background. I finished Pandorum. That was a rewatch. I really love that movie. But I will see you guys in a second, and we will hopefully get much further in this. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I freaking did it. I read all of I'll Take This Marriage Instead, right? Was that what it was? I stay forgetting what the hell. Hold on. I got it on my computer. Okay. Yes, so I finished I'll Take That Marriage this time, my bad. And then I just started You Can't Kill Me, The Secret Bride of the Black Wolf. Okay. So I thought everything became for money starting midnight last night, but it's starting midnight tonight. So I'm going to try really hard to read You Can't Kill Me, The Secret Bride of the Black Wolf, like today. I was really proud of myself for finishing I'll Take This Marriage this time. 30 minutes before midnight. I was like, oh, I did it. I've got a renewed sense of like energy because I haven't done it in so long. Like, I just feel like I kind of lost some of my excitement for reading manhwa for a while there, and that's disappointing because I was having so much fun reading so much manhwa from some of these creators. So I'm glad that I'm back into it. I'm really liking these reborn, stories, reincarnated. Very, very fun. And this one seems really cool. But we're going to talk about I'll Take This Marriage this time. That ended up being so freaking good. Period. You got more in detail about the guardian spirits. So it was even more than just like our main character, Sena, like, okay, I'm going to get revenge on the people who hurt me in my past life. I'm not going to trust those people, and I'm going to do things differently this time. That obviously happened, but I just found the ending to be so great. So some spoilers ahead. So the way it ended, okay, no, let me start. So Yuri was her guardian spirit, but I don't know that this was really fully explained very well. Maybe I just didn't get it immediately, but I guess he really did sacrifice himself. He gotta sacrifice himself to let her be reborn. And that's really sad. And that's really sweet, because that's her twin, you know what I'm saying? But now he'll be with her forever, just not as her twin brother. And that's really sweet. I don't know. That made me want to cry, because I was like, oh, damn. So, like, it's not just, oh, I'll never see you again. Oh, you made the sacrifice for me, and I'll never see you. But no, she will be seeing him every day. So in the end, you know, she's having this really lovely moment with Yali. Yali is the guardian spirit that is Yuri. And, you know, she's like, thank you so much for everything you did for me. It's like, all the things that you've acquired in your second life were because of you. It wasn't because of me. So you finally got to the point where you realized Elizabeth was not your friend. You put the pieces together. You created this new, like, group of people who love you and you love them. She actually made really genuine friendships with other women who really poured into her and loved her and uplifted her and didn't just like use her. Because what we find out is Elizabeth was using her heavy, okay? This bitch was dipping in so many things that Sena's family had going on. She was so manipulative. It was sick. Can't stand her ass. But also, she ended up being with someone who actually loved her. She found a way to not get ensnared by some of these evil ass men. And she ends up being a pact holder. So she just cracked the code on a bunch of shit. All right. She uncovered some plots. She did some other stuff. I mean, Sena was an awesome character. And I liked Constantine a lot. Like, his character, he frustrated me sometimes, but it wasn't that bad. It's certainly not the worst I've ever seen for someone who wasn't communicating and opened up their damn mouth to talk. But yeah, so what ends up happening is, yeah, Sena starts to discover how sinister Elizabeth really was. She was the reason, and I knew this happened, she was the reason why in her first life she slept with 2 men, but she was like, I wouldn't have done that. So she was basically drugged in her first life and put in bed with these 2 men, which made it so she would end up with George Hollander. Hollander and Elizabeth, they got something going on, okay? They like to scheme, they like to plot, they're nasty, awful people. So he is like consistently always doing what Elizabeth wants. I don't know why y'all just don't be together, but who am I? Sometimes 2 sick ass people, they're not romantically linked, but they do sinister things together. Some names come to mind in recent history, but yeah, he was the reason why certain things happened. He was assisting Elizabeth with stuff. You know, I mean, she from an early age was fucking up Sena. It was really, but she was jealous of her. She's beautiful. She's very intelligent. She comes from a family that actually has money. She's got a good reputation, and Elizabeth didn't come from a lot of money, but instead of just like being a good person despite that, she was like, no, I'm going to use everybody. And she's always the victim in all of these situations. Fuck you, bitch. Okay. So she discovers that plot. She finds out, I mean, unfortunately, the prince gets involved and he's psycho. Okay. He's very, very psycho. He, like, the line of succession in this story is, as like the emperor, you have to make a pact with a guardian spirit. The prince has never made a pact with one. He has like some type of forced pact with the family one, but that is causing instability within the kingdom. And that's why there's demons and stuff and monsters attacking all of these kingdoms, but they just can't seem to get it right. And they just keep coming. Like, no matter how many you defeat, more come. So he is always just like running through women, manipulating them, just a nasty piece of work. And of course, what we find out is that the reason why he can't make a pact and why he's not going to be successful is that he's never been in love. Like, you actually have to have a connection with the person that you are going to move forward with. And the way that they did certain things over the years is that to basically get women out of the line of succession, they made it so the man would just like take a bunch of wives, and whoever he got pregnant, okay, whatever. And then maybe they grew to love each other. But Sena, because she's a history buff, she goes back into the records and realizes, like, no, there was a woman empress, and she, like, basically misogyny, patriarchy. We find out at the end, like, because that's what the prince ends up, like, calling out to Sena. Like, he's so mad at her. He's like, how dare you tell a woman, you know, about X, Y, and Z? Fuck you, sir. Because he has a sister, and his sister is in love, and his sister is a better person than him. And she ends up being the next empress. So Sena is just like solving all types of problems up in the story. And I loved that for her because fuck these other people involved. Okay. Next, what's the next thing? What's the next thing that goes on? Let me think. yeah, so Sana has the pact. She grows to fall for Constantine. They have some things going on that are not quite right, like communication wise. He's kind of keeping stuff from her. Obviously, she's still kept the fact that she's reborn from everybody, so I don't think that makes her like, oh, well, you just have to take what he gives you. Like, I don't think so. I think that's ridiculous, but something is going wrong with him. Like, he is very, he doesn't want to touch anybody physically. We later find out that, you know, part of the pact that happened with his family is that, like, their guardian spirit is Caligo, something like that. He's not quite the one that everybody thinks, and he's like bound to them in a way that wasn't supposed to happen. So in Constantine's family, the Kramer family, you would work on passing the guardian spirit along to your kid at a certain age. But because his dad couldn't take it, he could not handle like having this relationship with the guardian spirit, and he was also like a piece of shit anyway, he forces it on Constantine when he's way too young. So it fucks the pact up. He's got all these tattoos on him and shit, but like when he touches people, it kind of takes their life force from them, because Caligo is a guardian spirit of darkness. So we find out that, you know, he's wearing these gloves. We see a person who, you know, really loved him when he was younger, his nanny, but she is getting sick. And that is making Constantine pull away from Sana, because he's like, I'm going to hurt you too. Like, if I put my hands on you and we get closer, like, you're going to die early. But every time he touches her, he feels all of this warmth. And it's because her guardian spirit and everything is of light. So they end up getting that all figured out, which is fine. But, you know, they had their little moment, which sucked. So yeah, they're doing really good. Oh my God, let me talk about this. Okay, the craziness of this story. Okay, so the prince, yes, okay, let me not forget that. So the prince, as I said, he's never fallen in love with anybody. He is just an awful person. He has someone called the Habeta, and that's that like thing they did when they kind of took women out of the line of succession, like having all these wives. So the prince at first is with Lady Barnes, and she cannot produce an heir. And you get like 2 years, and if it doesn't happen, you get kicked out. But typically, these women are not of noble families, because they're essentially like, I mean, you're only having sex with him, you know, like you might not become empress just because you are a Habeta. So if you don't become empress or you don't have a baby, like, you're discarded. So they're not going to come from a noble family, right? But this woman, I felt somewhat sorry for her, because obviously the prince is awful and he sleeps with a bunch of people. He doesn't take anything seriously, and it leaves all of these women, you know, feeling like shit, because I would too. Especially because you feel like your place is so important, but you're really not. Like, you're the person who's beside the prince, but if you don't produce an heir, you're no better than a commoner, you know what I mean, in this world. So the prince becomes infatuated with Sana. Elizabeth is kind of fueling these flames of jealousy with Lady Barnes. She does some sinister shit too. Sana don't want anything to do with it. So y'all putting hands on her, and she's like, I don't want to do this. Okay, thank you. At first she's like, I don't even want to get married because of everything that happened in her first life with Hollander. She's like, I don't want this. But, you know, some of these people, they can't help themselves. They got to put their hands on people, and they got to be nasty and conniving. So this woman tries to kill Sana, dude. She pushes her off the motherfucking side of the fucking castle. But of course, Constantine was there to save her. Fuck you, bitch. Well, because all of this, because Sana has finally, like, I'm done with Elizabeth. I can see what she's done and what she's doing. She starts getting some of her memories back, and she is like reminded of all these times when, oh shit, in her first life, Elizabeth was the reason why George Hollander got with Sana. Okay, that was a plot from the start. Elizabeth knew that Sana was being abused, but she was still sleeping with Hollander. All the while, though, Elizabeth was married to Constantine. So it all, and that was not a good marriage. So she like ramped up her like bullshit going on, and then she's sleeping with what's his face. It's crazy. Don't even get me started. It's crazy. So boom, what happens next? Yeah, so Santa cuts off everything with Elizabeth. That ramps Elizabeth up. She ends up in this life now with the prince because he discards Lady Barnes. So now she's his Hebetta, but nothing is going right because he's still sleeping with a bunch of different women. She's not, Elizabeth isn't happy. That's not what she wanted. She doesn't have any respect. And she's like, fuck, why did I make this decision? I should have never done this. So now she's further plotting and she's like, I need to do something that can get me out of this situation and put a different woman in my place. And hopefully I can find a way to make it so I'm not looked down on for being a Hebetta. So one of the friends that Sana has made, like a true friend, is someone from another noble house that has a guardian pact. Not the girl, but her brother. And the girl's name is Floria. She's young. She's really sweet. I think she clearly wants romance, but she wants to marry for love, obviously. So Elizabeth is like, okay, powerful family, naive. I'll basically do the same fucking thing I did the first time to Sana, but to Floria, right? So she drugs her. She's going to put her in a room with the prince so that he has sex with her. So now she's not going to be with anybody else, right? So you've taken an eligible bachelorette off the market. Her next step, Elizabeth was going to, or not even just the prince, she was going to have like men involved and stuff, other men, because that's her thing. She gets these women, she ruins their reputation, and that's what she does. But further, she's going to get Floria's brother, who's the pack holder of their family, somehow into this scheme, and like she's gonna fuck up his reputation too. But maybe it'll make it so, just like what happened to Sana ended up having to marry George Hollander. That will be what happens with Elizabeth. So she'll get in with somebody that is better than the crown prince technically. She'll still be in a noble family, but now the sister won't be in her way, and she'll have to be forced to be with the prince. Luckily, Shayna knows what's going on, so she stops the shit immediately, okay? Fuck you. Goes undercover as Floria, pops on a pink wig somehow. I'm not sure how she acquired that so quickly. It's a very good pink wig. Very beautiful. Good for you. It's not even like she changed her hair color. Like, she fully had a wig on. Where did we get a pink wig? I don't know. It's fine. I got sidetracked for the pink wig. My bad. So, yeah. So she finds Floria. Unfortunately, she was drugged, but she finds her. Somehow, a different girl is also drugged and taken by the two guys who are going to end up in bed with hold on. Well, actually, I don't even know if that was her. That might have been a different girl, but I don't know what her part to play, because it seemed like she was with somebody. She was with the girl. She was the girl who was talking to Floria's brother. Somehow she got drugged. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Slow down. Okay. So Sana technically saves Floria. Unfortunately, Floria is still drugged, but she gets away, and she gets away with another friend of Sana's brother, and they end up falling in love, which is really sweet. Now, Sana's going to take the place of Floria. She's not drugged. She's fine. And she's also a pact holder, so her guardian spirit will protect her. Because even though it's the prince doesn't have a strong pact with anybody. So she ends up in the room where Floria is supposed to be. Simultaneously, because Elizabeth loses track of Floria's brother, he goes to this private room with a different girl. But that girl drank the wine first. So she got drugged, and he realized, oh, okay, they were trying to drug me. He kind of escapes. But that girl ends up between the two guys who were supposed to like do something to Floria first. Luckily, nothing happens to the girl. Sana and somebody else knock them out, so they're out for the count, okay? And that's important. It's important for later. And these two guys, because one of them was George Hollander. He was one of the guys who was going to end up in bed. Disgusting. He just loves doing this nasty shit. Fuck him. Okay. Now, Because Elizabeth, she thinks she has what she has, right? She thinks she's got everything figured out, but she doesn't. So the prince tries to assault who he thinks is Floria. Luckily, Sana incapacitates him with her guardian spirit. Elizabeth shows up with, what was his name? What was Floria's brother's name? Fuck, I can't remember. But he has pink hair. And his his guardian spirit is a unicorn named Aaron Horn, who for some reason, because all of these pact holders are kind of weird. I'm sorry, all of the guardian spirits are kind of weird. They have a little weird thing going on. It likes to like watch people be close or intimate. So like it could be like two people holding hands, or it could be two people having sex. So just imagine a fucking pink unicorn popping up out of nowhere, just watching you intently. Crazy. All right. So Elizabeth brings Floria's brother into the room. And what she's trying to do is establish like, oh, the prince assaulted your sister. But there's a moment where she was kind of thinking in her monologue, I'll pretend like he assaulted me, Floria's brother, and that way neither of them will be credible, and then I can get what I want. Except he's not drugged, he's sober. He's there to protect his sister. Sana helps, and the whole plot is ruined, right? So the whole plot is ruined. Everybody who has been a part of this plot is knocked out. So what ends up happening to put everything to rest, and no one is assaulted, by the way, because everybody's knocked out, they wake up in front of everybody. Elizabeth is in the bed with those two guys, including George Hollander. So the thing that she did to Sana is what actually happens to her. And then her life is ruined, right? Hollander is thrown in jail. The other guy, I don't know what happened to him. He didn't really do anything. They couldn't prove anything, but like, he's like a nobody character. And Elizabeth, nobody cares for her. She's done for. But what they do to the prince is that they do something similar, except he's butt naked with a room full of men. I don't know where these men, oh, that's right. They were his people or whatever, who were in on the plot, who were going to do that to Floria, you know? So they knew it was going to happen. So then this rumor goes around. That's why he could never have an heir, because he actually was into men, and it's just ruined for him. Girl, what the fuck? So then he's put in prison because guess what else he did? He killed his fucking father, dude. His fucking dad, the emperor, has been alive this entire time, but he's been in a coma. We don't know why. He kills his fucking dad, dude. He gets put in jail. His sister, who's the one, you know, who could be the next empress, is like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, put him in jail. She's also pregnant, by the way. Of course, the fucking mom lets him out of fucking jail. Boy moms, you know what I'm saying? The toxic ones. Put her in jail after this too, because what the fuck do you mean? He killed your fucking husband. He's a shitty son. Sometimes some people are just so shitty. I don't really your parent, because if they suck, fuck them, okay? So he gets out. He's trying to kill people. Luckily, nothing happened. Everything ends up fine. All of that to say, everything ended up fine. So yeah, I really like that story. This one that I'm starting to read, the You Can't Kill Me, The Secret Bride of the Black Wolf, this one also has to do with guardian spirits, which is really exciting. But I'm really looking forward to this. This is the third time the main female character has been reborn. And this time she's like, I'm not doing this shit again, okay? Do not get me anywhere near Hyojo, who's like the main villain lead. She ends up with Huita, who is the male good dude lead. And he's pretty fine. She sees him chest all out. I'm gonna insert a picture. I mean, you got a nice, that's what I'm talking about. That's right, girl. That's right. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this. I'm excited that I read all of that in one day. That was just so cool. Like, I'm just proud of myself. So I'm hoping that I have the same success this time. I don't even remember when I started reading the other one. And this is only about 20 episodes more than what I read last night. So I feel pretty confident. I'm getting a late start though, because it is 11, but there's a chance I can do it. So wish me luck, y'all. We're going to stop talking. I'm going to finish editing the vlog from the first week, basically April 10th is when it started, from the next day after I got fired. It's going well. I really like it, but blah, blah, blah. I'll see you guys in a second. Hopefully later tonight we'll talk about me having finished this fucking story. Hell yeah, before you have to pay for it, because I really, really, really want to finish it before I have to pay. But I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so I'm typically I would be talking about it facing the iPad, but Webtoon is acting funky on my iPad. I'm reading this on my phone. Okay, this story, I know I'm gonna fucking love it. Oh my god, like, oh, fuck. It's so fucking good, okay? Like, I know I'm probably sounding like, I'm not exaggerating. This thing is gonna be so good. First of all, okay, so Yeonwoo Che, she has been reborn 2 times before, okay? And this 3rd time, she, like, the story has, like, changed so much, right? So when you die and you go to the underworld, typically, like, I guess you could say the royalty of the underworld are the ones that greet you. So every single time previously, she's been greeted by Lord Hyojo, the guy that she eventually marries. The first time, and really the second time it seems, but I feel like we're getting mostly like, well, I don't know. We'll see. Basically, he becomes so obsessed with her, possibly because she looks like his mom. And you know what? That's disgusting. I'm really tired of freaky ass weird dudes with their mom stuff, or freaky ass weird moms with their dude stuff. With their son stuff, I should say. What's going on? Let's wrap that up, because I don't like the look of it. I don't like the sound of it. Stop being fucking weird. But he becomes so obsessed with her that, like, he kills everyone around her every single time. So, like, we see a flashback of, you know, what started out as, like, she really seemed like that he really loved her, okay? So, like, oh, actually, no. Okay, let's start over. So, first of all, her mom in the real world is a fucking bitch. And y'all know how I feel about parents who are shitty to their kids, okay? This woman is a nasty, evil wench. And if she dies in this story, I really wouldn't give a fuck, because she sucks. She has 2 daughters. I hate this, okay? And I'm not gonna go on a rant, but it almost brings me to tears when you hear stories about parents who have 2 or multiple children, and they are so abusive towards one. And whether or not they're less abusive to the other children, or they shower those kids with lots of affection, like, at the end of the day, like, you are such a toxic, disgusting person within this family, and how could you treat your family like that, right? So that's the dynamic with her fucking mother. She's a fucking bitch, and she treats Yeonwoo like shit. Yeonwoo is the oldest daughter. And you know what? The younger sister, I don't know what to think of her, because quite frankly, I don't even care if the mom, I don't care if the dad and the sister die at this point. All of y'all suck dick, and not in a good way. Not in a fun, nice, freaky way that's consensual and fun for everybody. In a nasty, freaky way that I don't like, okay? So, the dad is spineless. He does not stick up for his own daughter. Fuck you too. You might not be as bad as the mom, but you're fucking bad, okay? Because how dare you not stick up for your own kid, bitch. Little sister, she's getting spoiled. So she doesn't, I think that she's willfully ignorant as she gets older, though. Because when you're a kid, you are probably picking up on your parents' like favoritism, but you don't have the words for what's happening. You don't understand what's really going on. But as you get older, you know, okay? You fucking know. And she knew that her sister was getting shitted on by their mom, okay? Her mom showered their younger sister with all this praise and love. She shits on Yeonwoo. And then the little kid, oh my God, her little fucking sister runs out into traffic, okay? Who told you to do that? Oh, your mom did, bitch. But how is it Yeonwoo's fault? Both of them end up in the hospital. Apparently it's Yeonwoo's fault because, I'm sorry, why the fuck did you wave the kid up? There's no reason for me to be going on a tangent. Let me move on. Okay. So Yeonwoo is constantly, and has been constantly, like, trying to get the approval of her mother. Her dad never steps in for her. Her sister, oblivious apparently, So she just gets shitted on consistently by the mom. So when they get reborn again, and this is the third time now, her mom doesn't even care that she decides to go off with a different man. And then leave them to like do whatever they need to do to get acclimated, accustomed to the underworld. So, okay, slow down. You see how mad I am. All right, so that's her story, right? Her background in the real world, which is called the overworld, is that she was abused by her mom verbally. Honestly, quite frankly, we don't see it, but I'm sure her mom put her hands on her, and I don't like that shit. She didn't get the support and love that she needed and deserved, and she was made to feel like everything was her fault, and she had to financially compensate for everything. Another thing I do not like to hear. Parents be doing that shit. Fuck you. No one told you to have kids, so you don't get to fucking put all this pressure on the shoulders of your children just because. You don't like it, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about it, because I got a lot to say about it. So, now we're in the underworld for the third time, and Yeonwoo she's shaking! She's scared as fuck. And she's like, I can't get into the clutches of Lord Hyojo. And Lord Hyojo was her husband both times previously. Again, he killed everybody, killed her family. The last time, before she got reborn for the third time, he had killed everybody up in that thing. And then she took her life, and that's where she got reborn again. But right before she died, she saw some guy in the crowd who seemed to be crying for her. And like her last thought was, why is this man crying for me? Like, I'm free now. Well, it was Lord Huita, the man who this time is there when she and her family die and are in the underworld. So he is like, please, like, she's like, please, like, I'll go with you, protect me, and I'll do whatever you want. He is just saying like, hey, marry me, because, and we don't have to do anything, but I don't want there to be this political strife, because Hyojo is his distant relative, but it seems like Huita might be the one who could become the emperor of the underworld, or the king of the underworld, or whatever, instead of Hyojo, because people don't fucking like Hyojo. And you know why? Because he's a fucking asshole. Also, like I said earlier, everybody got their chest out, these men's titties out. Okay, we're just showing it off. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see, a lot of man body, if you will. But so I don't fiend for men like that, okay? Unfortunately, I do find men attractive, but I can't deny when somebody's fine as hell. That's just the right thing to do. You gotta appreciate a beautiful looking person. And these little fictional men, they're fine. Moving on. Okay, so she has seen Hyojo like 2 times since she's been here. The first time, oh my God, can we also talk about the artistry? The person who, I have to look back and see if the artist and the author are the same person, but the person who did the art for this, oh my God. Hello, storytelling. If there was not even dialogue, everything is conveyed through the body language. Yeonwoo is so scared. You can just feel it as you're seeing it. Even if there was no dialogue, you can see how frightened she is every time she's around Hyojo. He is a scary person. Not only did he kill everyone around her, he abused her constantly, and he like was verbally abusive towards her. So, first time, not a good situation, but he becomes a little bit infatuated with her. Second time, he kind of does the same thing, where now that he's infatuated with her, he's becoming obsessed with her, which we don't want that to happen, but unfortunately that was going to be what happens. Also, Lord Huita, fine-ass man, obviously got these women all over, fuck you, okay? Lady who, I don't remember what they're called. Kisang, I think that's how you pronounce it. There's always one in love with the person who was never gonna fuck with her like that. Who am I? Now she's jealous of Yeonwoo, and now I'm second guessing how I've been saying her name. Did I've been saying Yeonwoo the whole time? It's Yeonwoo. So Yeonwoo, she's lived here before. She knows how the game goes, y'all. She knows how to play all the fucking instruments, because we're talking about like, we're going back in time, even though it's in the underworld. So she's like, oh, well, how about you play some fucking music? And guess what, bitch? Yeonwoo know how to do that shit. So you're not even gonna trip me up, bitch. Oh, I hate people like that. Back up, okay? No. Calm down, Connie. I'm getting real heated. Clearly, this is a good fucking story, okay? I feel like I'm getting goosebumps because it's just so good. Okay, so, yeah. It's just getting crazy. I should probably simplify it. It's getting fucking crazy. I'm loving it. Okay, so Yeonwoo's family is here. And her mom is up to these dumbass fucking tricks again, trying to get Yeonwoo to fund her life. The little sister, spoiled as hell, don't want to work. The father, a bitch, if you will. A cowardly little bitch. That's what I'm saying, and that's what he is, and I don't feel bad about it because he does suck. Because when the mom clearly starts manipulating the situation, Yeonwoo looks and she sees these motherfuckers looking like, okay, well, if you're not going to stand up to the bitch, fuck you. And I really hope sooner rather than later she doesn't fuck with them anymore because, anyway, here's some other things. Lord Huita seems like he knows her, that he knows Yeonwoo. I don't know if it's because he remembers the 2 lives that she's lived, that she's been here before, or if he just has a sense of her and he's like, there's something about her that I really, 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 like, she's special. Either way, he's down bad for her and I love that. I love a man who's yearning, and he's yearning for her crazy, and I love that. His maid or her maid attendant, Sareem, so cute. I love her. She also holds her down, and I love that. I love when people are supportive because she's going to need that as she goes forward. When you have that stank ass mama, bitch ass daddy, spoiled ass little sister. You know, I don't think the little sister means anything by this, but at the same time, you let our mom talk to me crazy at the same time complimenting you. So you also are allowing people to be shitty to me. Fuck you, bitch. I would never do my sister like that. And that's why I'm really mad, because I'm a little sister. I would never let anybody do that to my big sister. Never. Okay. I actually sometimes fantasize about, like, not that this would happen, but I fantasize about somebody trying to be rude to my sister in front of me. Are you kidding me? Have I ever been in a physical fight before? No, but I have cussed people out many a time. And I would love to cuss someone out on behalf of my sister. Please, I welcome it. Because I cuss good when I'm really pissed. And I'm passionate and I love my sister. So I dare you to try me. I dare someone. My blood's hot. And I'm ready to rip your fucking head off. All right. So yeah, Lord Huita loves her. There's something more going on with the guardian spirits. Lord Huita has a brother who's a twin, but I think, and people in the webtoon comments think this too, is that he has like 2 sides to him. So the twin brother is really just him. And this will be the only time, maybe the second time, I can't remember, but this will be definitely one of the only times that I'm like, hell yeah, multiple personalities in this situation. Two different people, but it's the same dude. Girl. One night with one of them, one night with the other. Why not? You know what? That'd be pretty. I hope that Yeonwoo gets that. I hope that she gets a little bit of, yeah, dark-haired Lord Huita, blonde-haired Lord Huita. Yeah, girl. Ride them both. I don't care. I want her to get real freaky. She deserves it. But also I want her to be in love and be loved, and she will be, but also he's gonna down through the mattress. I can't wait. But anyway, that's where we are. I'm gonna get back into it. I'm in like the 20s right now. I'm almost at, I think, episode 30. There's like 80 something, right? Yesterday it was like 63 episodes. It's 82 this time. There's no stopping me. Okay, once the webtoon app was acting slow, not loading shit on my iPad, we switched it to the phone. Haven't looked at TikTok since. Okay, this is the biggest break I've taken just to film this. And we will get back into it, but I had to stop because I got really excited. But let's get back into stuff because it's so good. reporting live. Fuck the sister, okay? I thought that she was gonna be like, okay, yeah, sometimes this is how these people are, and they're written this way, right? Where it's like, really, no, this bitch knows everything. She's manipulative, just like the fucking mom, and fuck the sister. So shit's going down, y'all. I mean, we got the one lady who was obsessed with Lord Huita, tried to drug him with an aphrodisiac. She tried to kill Yeonwoo. Y'all are pissing me off. And then she gets a letter. Oh my God, mom's collapsed. You have to come. Of course, she rushes on over there. And the sister's like, oh, no, I just said that because you haven't talked to us in a while. So it's my job to have to message y'all, but you're only contacting me so I can talk. Now, I hate shit like that. No. Fuck you, little sister. I'm pissed. Okay, and you see the look on her face, and I'm gonna take a screenshot too, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. She's manipulative. She knows exactly what she's doing. The mom comes out, who's a bitch. We already know this, and she's like, "What is all this racket going on out here?" And she's like, "Oh my God, she's yelling at me." Okay, but why? Why did I have to raise my voice at you, bitch? Because you're lying, and then you're gonna turn to the mom, and you're gonna be like, "No context." Now I can't stand people like that, girl. Oh my God. Don't get me started. I hate bitches like that. Fuck you. And of course, where's the fucking dad? Nobody wants to fucking work in this story from her family, mind you. Probably the dad would be fine. But actually now, no, you actually are not going to, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt from me. I don't trust a single one of y'all from this fucking family. Okay? Every single one of y'all suck ass. The dad sucks. The mom obviously sucks. Actually, mom then dad, because the mom is really she is the neck that moves his head from side to side, bitch. Okay? He may act like no. And not only that, it doesn't even matter if everyone's scared of her. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a good goddamn. You better stand up, sir. And you better care about your fucking child. And now I'm wondering what's really going on. But she does look like the mom. But I was thinking, like, is she from, like, a first marriage or something? And that's why she punishes Yeonwoo because the dad's not really her dad. That would be a very interesting twist. I also don't like that dynamic, and it really pisses me off when I hear shit about that, too. But this little sister, she's about to get it. Okay, you see this fucking thing? Boom! I'm ready to punch your lights out. You see this fucking thing? Mom and dad? Bitch! I'm about to beat your ass too. You know what? Pop, 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 pop. You're about to get it. Someone's about to hold me back because I'm pissed. But we're still having fun. So I will see you guys in a second for another update. Okay. I'm so close to being done. I'm in the 60s right now, y'all. Do you understand how fast I'm getting through this? Like, I didn't pick up anything else yesterday when I read the other story. I haven't picked up anything since I read this story. Do you understand? I even left the house before I started reading, okay, to get something to eat. This is so good. I'm going to finish this well before midnight, okay? It is only 4 p.m. I have been going crazy reading this. It's crazy. Okay. Whew. All right. I will have already put a point to say that this is absolutely spoiler full, chock full of spoilers, y'all, because I have to get this out. Okay. So much of this happened since the last time we talked. 1, still don't like the little sister. Really don't fuck with her. Don't fuck with anyone in the family. But speaking of the family, so at this point, we've gotten 2 major flashbacks. You probably count 3 because she's thinking of it fondly. Of Yeonwoo and her father. Along the way, I've been wondering, I think I said this last time too. Is Yeonwoo is she, like, the dad's first daughter from another marriage? And now, I don't know for a fact, I stopped right in the middle, but I'm wondering if this is why the mom hates Yeonwoo so much. Because there's one memory in particular, when Yeonwoo was a baby, she was with her dad. Her dad used to spend a lot of time with her, but the mom is not involved in these memories. Then the second memory that just happened, he's telling her a story when she's a kid. Again, no mom. Oh, but she said that but that's weird. So the mom said to Hyojo, scheming with him, mind you, I had her in my belly for 10 months. Who the hell's holding a baby for 10 months? Okay, let me ask that. That just, what's going on here? What's going on here? That doesn't seem quite right. I don't know. I just have this weird feeling because, and then again, it was mentioned. What if she's adopted? Oh shit, bitch. Hold on. So, okay. What has happened since? Hojo has her family again. Slow down. Okay. I'm talking kind of loud too. Okay. Let me get this together. Okay. So where we last left off, the sister pissed me off. Okay. Yuta is popping in and out of the story. Yes, it is really Lord Huita, but not really, okay? It is him, but it's like his soul has been separated because he's done this twice too, bitch. And that's the reason why Yeonwoo keeps coming back. So the first time that she was here, again, you know, Hyojo was a piece of shit. He is jealous, abusive, and he does not want anyone to interact with Yeonwoo in the first story, right? And we saw it happen randomly, but then it gets brought up again, and I'll get to that. We saw it happen where we saw it mentioned that he started to switch when he heard about her interacting with people, and then he would kill anybody who interacted with her. But it really kicked off when some man apparently caught her when she fell. And he was trying to find who that man was. She didn't know who he was, but he would kill anybody. And then he moved on to women. And now within the kingdom, everybody hates Yeonwoo because they're like, oh my God, she's the reason why Hojo's being like this. Except no, she's not. Okay, it's not her fucking fault that he's a psycho. And she ends up dying alone. The person who caught her that first time was Huita, okay? In her first life, he saw her. She was happy with Hyojo. He had not progressed to being violent yet, but he was always going to get there. He blames himself because he starts to find out, like, oh shit, like, what's really going on here? And he figures out, oh, I'm the guy that Hyojo's looking for. And it gets so bad, like, he ends up having not a friendship, but he corresponds with Sarim, her maid. But originally, Sarim was her maid with Hyojo. So how does she end up with Huita? That will be interesting change. We have to see what's going on there. But anyway, he finds out, like, Hyojo's killed everybody, killed her family. He's isolating her. And she is working with, like, the resistance to kill Hyojo in the first life. When they're making their plans to attack Hyojo, they hear that she's dead, Yeonwoo. And they're like, oh, this is the perfect time. All this chaos will go get him. And then he was kissing her dead body, girl. Hyojo's, you're the reason why she's dead. I hate people like that. Fuck you. Fuck you. You did this, you piece of shit. So that first life, Hyojo kills Huita. The same thing happens. Huita is kind of in this limbo where he talks to God. Shit, what was his name? Tamiya? I think God's name is Tamiya in this. He's like, what the hell's going on? He gets reborn. He's like, but you won't remember anything. So Huita's like, okay, fine. Like, at least she'll be okay. But in the second life, even though he never interacted with her and he forgot who she was, the same thing happened to Yeonwoo. He ended up being super violent, but this time she killed herself, and that set everything off. And that was the moment where Yeonwoo and Lord Huita saw each other as she was dying, and he cried because then he remembered, oh shit, what the fuck? Reborn again, y'all, for the third time. And then things kind of change. So in a way, he was kind of keeping the loop going, but I guess in a way so was Yeonwoo. Maybe we'll get to the point where like they talk to God simultaneously. I don't know. But girl, there's all this other shit going on too. Like this whole thing that's been going on in the background about the Bride of the Reaper. Apparently, if the Reaper, because that's what we find out, he's the Reaper, Lord Huita, and Lord Yuta is really him. But we find out that second life or whatever, he was split. And it was like all of his grief and memories and sadness and guilt. Did I say guilt twice? Was Lord Yuta, and he retained all the memories, but Lord Huita did not. So eventually now they're back together. We'll get to that. So, but the way that it works, for you to transfer Reaper powers, you have to be with your soulmate. But all of your Reaper powers, and that is like helping spirits go off, whether they're good or evil, like getting out of the underworld. I guess moving on or whatever, disappearing. So yeah, you marry and you have your bride, your Reaper powers transfer to her, and she is the one who can see the soul of the next Reaper, and she passes the Reaper things on. What the fuck is really going on? That's crazy. And to be a Reaper is to be punished by God, which is like, well, that doesn't seem very fair. But when you think about it, because Huita, oh shit, I forgot my pills were on top of this. Hold on, let's take them really quick. Excuse my straw. Because Huita had so much guilt, I think that's why his soul was black, because he feels like he's the reason why Yeonwoo died. But really, it's not anybody's fault except for Hyojo. Okay, so the woman who made Huita a Reaper, she's still alive. Hyojo wants Yeonwoo so fucking bad, girl. So he finds her, and he because he killed his fucking dad. By the way, didn't we just fucking read that shit? He killed his fucking dad, the emperor. Now he's gonna be the emperor. He stops the wedding from happening because Yeonwoo and Huita are about to get married, but he stops it. And what he's gonna do is he's gonna try to get this former Reaper woman, or any woman that he thinks is the Reaper and not Yeonwoo, to sleep with Huita, but then he's going to kill him because that makes him mortal. So he's like, well, I can't let it go to what's-her-face, but he doesn't know the whole process because the only person who knows what happens is the woman. So the woman in this scenario, the Bride of the Reaper, is the only one who knows what's really going down, okay? And luckily, the former Reaper does not tell him anything. All the while, the fiance of Hyojo, piece of shit too. I can't stand anybody in this motherfucking story. There's like 3 people I like besides the 2 main characters. Everybody else can go to hell. Go to fucking hell. Okay. Where did I just say? Anyway, he stops the wedding. Kidnaps people, Jesus, kidnapping what's his face, putting aphrodisiacs and shit all on him, just like the other bitch, the Kisang did, who may be dead. I don't know if she even is dead. She might have just fucking lived. But, oh, that's right. Hyojo's fiance. She's a scheming ass bitch whom I hate. She reminds me of Lady Barnes from the last story. I can't stand her ass. So she is trying to like be partners with Yeonwoo and Huita, but not really. Her motive is, okay, I'm going to kill everybody involved in this and I will still be the empress. But what she's really trying to do is she's trying to separate Yeonwoo and Huita from each other. Try to get Yeonwoo to kill Hyojo, which would then, she's going to die anyway because she killed the emperor. Somehow, I'm not really sure how she would do this. Somehow he's going to become mortal and become a Reaper. I mean, become an emperor, and then she'll be the emperor still. Shut the fuck up, lady. Okay, we don't care anymore. I'm tired of your ass. So that's what's going on with this bitch, and I can't stand her. So, moving on. What is the next thing? Okay, so everything's popping off. Of course the fucking family's been taken. We can't fucking stand these people. No one can fucking protect themselves. Mom's still being manipulative. But they find out because they saved the former Reaper wife, right? She takes them to this temple, which supposedly can take you back to the overworld, which they come there and they're like, well, maybe we can go to the overworld and everything will be fine. But the guy who's there, the priest, is like, to Huita's like, don't think for a second you're getting the fuck out of this, bitch. I mean, you got to pass on your Reaper powers first, but also you want to know your memories, bitch? Bloop. Just like the boop in Naruto. Puts him down. So now Huita is going to experience everything that came before this. And that's what I told you, the story about like he'd met her before the first time. He felt really guilty. That's when his shit separated. And when he is done reliving the memories, if he comes out of it after talking to God, he blah, 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 whatever's going to happen. So that's blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, he had to be unconscious. And Hyojo was like, this bitch got 3 days to come here. I'm killing everybody in the fucking family. So, of course, she shows up. I can't blame her because the thing is, she really believes that Huita will wake up. So, you know what? We love a woman who's standing by her man. And he's going to stand by her and he's going to fucking protect her ass. I already know that's happening. So, yes, unfortunately, she is with Hyojo now. The mom thinks that she's going to manipulate the situation, but she doesn't understand. Bitch, guess what? Yomo doesn't play that anymore. Okay, you might think that you're going to, but you can't. Okay, she's smartened up and she's done with you. So she's trying to play on Yeonwoo shit. Hyojo, he's fucking going crazy again, like just super obsessed with her. But I've gotten to the part, and I'm in the 60s right now, y'all. Can y'all understand that? Like, I'm so close to being done. It's crazy. And I've still managed to chat as much as I have. And I'm so close. Like, that's how good this shit is. And this is a top 10. This is a top 10 story. I literally have goosebumps on my arms. Like, it's so good. Oh my God. I really, like, I could cry. It's so good. I'm excited for the ending. Like, this is going to be amazing. So, yeah. And then, okay. So, Huita, he wakes up. He's like, okay, we're going there and I'm going to kill him. It's time. He and Yuta, they're back together. He has these full Reaper powers now. And who does he meet along the way? That bitch, Seal Yu, the fiance. And she explains the fucking plan. It's like, okay, well, that's not going to happen. He's not going to fucking marry you. Oh, actually, hold on now. Okay, so Huita basically, when he agrees to, come back to save Yeonwoo, and he's speaking to Yuta, he's like, I'll let her go. You know what I mean? So I wonder if he's going to initially agree to this, because in this plan, technically, Yeonwoo is going to be safe. He believes that he can send her back to the overworld, and if he has to suffer here, just live out his life, and he's married to that bitch, he'll do it because he loves her that much. I know it's not going to happen that way, so it doesn't matter, but, my stomach does hurt. I must admit. Okay, now we're done talking. I cannot wait to talk about this. And I'm going to finish this before Devin gets home. And we will be talking. But tonight is our hangout night. So I have to finish it before he gets here so we can talk. Because I have to give y'all my raw feelings. Because this shit is so good. I can't wait to talk about it later to Devin. Yes, I will be rehashing every single thing. Maybe I'll write a timeline so it will make a little bit of sense. Or maybe I'll take an edit so I can somehow be weirdly focused. Even though, like, I typically am like this at the same time. We're having fun. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys in a second. Wish me luck. This is going to be really good. But wish me luck. That's going to be really good. I'm not going to fucking shit myself. I'm sorry. Oh my God. That was really good. Okay. That was amazing. That is absolutely 1000% going to be one of my favorite stories. I will recommend it many times. Wow. Oh, girl. I mean, knock this. That was very good. Wow. So, bitch, I was right. Yeonwoo wasn't her mom, but that also wasn't her dad, girl. We go back in time and we find out that the reason why, like, we saw those, that wasn't her dad that she was seeing, like, the one that she was raised with. It was her real dad. Her parents were friends with the parents who adopted her basically kidnapped her. And they were hiking, and bitch, so many levels to the shit. Okay, actually, let me start over. Okay, so maybe I should rewatch the last one. I don't remember. So much has happened in such a short amount of time. It's only 20 episodes. Okay, I don't have much time because Evan's coming home soon. Okay, get it together, Connie. Okay, so everything's kicking off. Lord Huita made an agreement with the ex-fiance of Hyojo and said, I will be the emperor and you'll be the empress. Okay, boom. They save Yeonwoo and her family. What we thought was Hojo killed, he was not really killed apparently, but we'll talk about that later. Everybody saved, everything's fine, but she doesn't know yet that that's what he did, right? So when she wakes up, she's thinking, oh, like everything's gonna be fine now. He asks her if she wants anything. She's like, let's just get married. And he's like, we can't. And of course he does that thing that they do where it's like, oh, well, I never loved you. But it's because he's trying to spare her, you know. He hasn't told her what he saw in his past life. So of course, here comes the guilt. Here comes the guilt shit. So she is on her way to the overworld with her family. It's the day that he's supposed to get married to the other chick. And she can't do it. She leaves the carriage. She tells her family, just go without me. And she runs and she wants to see him one last time. And what actually ends up happening is he says, I will agree to do something with you for your help, but I'm going to make you the empress. I'm not going to marry you. I will just be the reaper. So basically he's saying, I'm going to set her free. She's going to go back to her world. I will live as the reaper and I'll just suck it up and deal with it. So they meet face to face, Yeonwoo and Huita. And she's like, now why the hell did you lie to me, bitch? And he's like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. So everything's fine. Everything's okay, girl. But the night where they're getting it on, girl, and we know what's going to happen, right? If they have sex, she's going to be the bride, and then she has to find the next reaper. Guess who shows up? The fucking mama. Well, they couldn't go to the overworld, right? They couldn't go to the overworld without Yeonwoo. She gets stopped at the gate, so she can't come in. And then she apparently has made a pact with somebody. The dad gets stabbed. The mom disappears. Younger sister doesn't know what the fuck is going on. They show up. The dad is basically about to die. And Huita's like, y'all have a few moments. The dad reveals to them, I'm not your biological father and she's not your biological mother. So the sisters are like, what the fuck is going on? I'm so confused and lost and sad. Okay. Mom acting like she's crazy, like she was visited by a fucking ghost or something. I was thinking that it was the first guy who tried to hurt Yeonwoo. It wasn't. What really happens, and they're trying to bring them, so it's just the mom and the sister now. They're on their way to the thing, to the temple to be sent to the overworld. But the mom is acting really funny, like she doesn't want to be around Huita. But again, remember, he's not a reaper anymore. Now the powers are within Yeonwoo. Bitch, Hyojo is not dead. It seems like he was close to death, but then he consumed his guardian spirit, which kind of basically was turning him into a dark soul. And it kind of brought him back to life in a way. So he kills the parent. He kills the dad. The mom makes a pact with him, and then he stabs her, which I knew was going to happen, but she didn't die. She had something worse coming to her ass. So now Yeonwoo knows, like, oh, I've been betrayed. Then the memories are flooded back to her. The day that her parents died, it was so sad. The day her parents died, all four of the parents were around each other, right? So Yeonwoo's fake parents were on a hike with Yeonwoo's real parents. And Yeonwoo, on like the edge of a cliff, saw this puppy that was injured. She wrapped a ribbon around its leg, but then the thing fell. Her parents went for her and they fell over the edge with her and they stopped her from dying. But instead of calling for help, the bitch mom was like, I didn't like them anyway. So they take the kid. Doesn't seem like anyone called the police, by the way. So these are just dead bodies in the fucking mountains. A child has been kidnapped. And it seems like she did the same thing again. That she stole another child. I don't even know if she killed somebody else. That's the crazy part. So yeah, she's an evil wench. And the dad, I actually don't feel bad for him. I'm glad he's dead. Because you got to be kidding me. You let your wife kill people? What is going on? Crazy. And apparently the mom remembered shit. She remembered some of the stuff from the past. Bitch, I hate this hoe. Okay. Now, Devin's coming. Hold on. Hi, Devie.
Hello.
Oh, wait, don't close the door. Let me get cat food. Okay, change of pace because Devin's out there eating dinner and he's listening to audiobooks, so I'm just like, let's just go in the office and we'll talk, okay? So yeah, apparently the mom remembered shit and she kind of gave herself away after the fact because, we remembered like, oh shit, she said the same thing to me in my past life when she was just like, you just have to accept, just be in the palace. It doesn't matter. He's giving you things. So like, what is it? Bitch, you want your well, I'm sorry, here we go. She's not even her fucking daughter. My thing, this is the crazy part. Then we find out, bitch, that I'm so mad. Okay, calm down. So not only did she steal these children like an evil little, what's the fucking person, Hansel and Gretel, the witch who had the candy house? She's stealing these kids and shit and fucking sacrificing them. So this whole time, Yeonwoo has felt extreme guilt for this thing that happened in the overworld, where the little sister ran out into the road and she saved her and they didn't die, but they got hurt. The mom did that on purpose. It's not explained explicitly, but it seems like she had life insurance policies on the kids, and because they didn't die, now they had to pay for the medical cost. And the dad is in on this, okay? He's a fucking asshole, and he could have stopped this, but he didn't. So he deserved to die, and I'm glad he's dead. Bitch. So anyway, Hojo is really alive, and he's being consumed by the dark spirits, which means he is now that much more powerful than Huita, because Huita is now mortal. But worst of all, what did I say? When the Bride of the Reaper is taking on his powers, actually, I probably didn't explain that to y'all, sorry. So basically, when the woman becomes the Bride of the Reaper, I did say that it transfers to her. She can see the souls of people, and whoever has a black soul, that's who becomes the Reaper. Maybe I did say that, but Hojo has a black soul. She's like, what the fuck, dude? I can't give it to him because he'll be immortal, and then he will just have a reign of terror. But his whole thing is like, he remembers that they were in love, so he's like, let's die together, basically, or something like that. And she's like, we're gonna be together. She's like, I will never be with you. I would rather die than be with you. And he's like, well, let's just make it happen then. And then we find out what the fuck happened about the mom. So he keeps saying like, you remind me of my mother. But when she finally gets to see what his mom looks like, they look nothing alike. They don't have any of the same features. They don't have the same eye shape, hair, or anything. But what he's talking about is, we see this memory right before he ends up dying. I'm just gonna say he does die. The thing that reminded him of the mom is that she took her life in front of him when he was a child and said, you are someone who will never be loved or is deserving of love. And he just, and that crazed look in his eye is what he's been chasing. I know we're in a time period that doesn't give you therapy, but you see what happens. You see what can happen. Now, I don't know the fucking circumstances of the mom wanting to do that to herself. He's like, and then I was abandoned, but something was going on. Okay, something must have been happening till you're doing that. But then you internalize all of that and you're like, I'm going to be an evil fucking asshole. I can't feel sorry for you, sir. You should have sought out help and spoken to someone about this. So that's what he's been chasing. Anyway, it's a battle between Huita and Hyojo, because Huita shows up and kind of saves Yeonwoo. She is like, what the fuck? I can't do anything. I can't make him the Reaper. It just can't happen. But like, I don't want us to die. But she has to make the decision. And then immediately Tamya calls her consciousness back, and he's like, why are you waiting? We need a Reaper and you need to figure it out. And she's like, you would seriously, let's start talking to God, mind you. Someone had put in his balloon. He's like, you would rather it go to him, who is clearly not okay, and he will cause chaos in this world. You would rather it go to him than change the circumstances. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, what are you gonna do? And she's like, you know what? I'm so tired of having like this scenario. I don't want this. So guess what she does? She makes herself the Reaper. But who is she going to pass the thing on to? So she is going to be immortal, and Huida, it will not, girl. Okay. So the evil fucker is defeated. She is given a guardian spirit, and she is also made into the Reaper. Everything's pretty good right now. Okay. So the mom didn't die. And what she ends up doing is having an agreement with the Empress. She locks the mom, or that fucking evil mom, I guess you should say. She locks her in the same room that Hyojo locked Yeonwoo in, like her first life, where she died. And she's like, you like it so much, you can stay here forever. And she's gonna die in there. Good riddance to your bitch ass. Things are okay with the Empress, I guess, for the most part. And then Huita and Yeonwoo, they finally get married, and he's like, you know, what will happen? Like, I should have never slept with you that night, because now you are going to be the Reaper, and then I will die. And this is where I got emotional. And she's like, you know, I would rather be with you to the end, till your end, than like not experience like something with you, because like I've never had what I have with you. So like you see everybody else grow old, but she has her found family. She also, like, her younger sister stays with her, so clearly her sister like has a better circumstance, so they can be okay, and they live their life. And then you see her let his spirit go, so he reaches old age and he dies. And then for like years, like hundreds of years, she's alone, and she does her Reaper duties, and she knows that she can't pass it on to someone else technically. That was a lot, but it was so beautiful, because it was like, it was just very beautiful. I loved like the scene of her letting his spirit go. But then like her being like, I can't believe that he was the Reaper for so many years and he was alone. Like, he entertained women as the Reaper, but he was never with anybody. And that was like the whole thing. Even though he was kind of like a womanizer, he never did anything with anybody. And of course, in his third life, he was always like kind of waiting for her. But then you think about the fact that like, oh, and she shared with him, because she found that ribbon. She found the ribbon that she tied on his leg when they were both younger, when he was like first given a guardian spirit and she was a kid when her parents died. And when she first found it, she was like, oh, a woman gave him this, but it was her. And she like explains to him like, I gave this to you when you showed up in the overworld. So it's like they were always meant to be together. So it makes it that much more special. And finally, like, Tanya talks to her as the Reaper, and he's like, oh fuck, I can't remember what he says, but he's basically like, they correspond every now and then. And she's like, why don't you just let me go? Like, I've done it for so long. And he's like, I have a final gift for you. And he, hold on. He's like, I have a final gift for you. And she's transported to the spot where overworlders end up coming. And it's the reincarnated, like, ness of Huita. So he's back here in the underworld. That was really, really good. I fucking started sobbing. I was already sobbing when, like, we kind of, like, time skip a little. I didn't think we were gonna get to that point. But I actually think it was beautiful to see that. But when we don't see him as an old person, we just see, like, his hand clearly older. And she lets his soul go. So when she sees him now, he's not the same, obviously. He's from the overworld, so it's like present day. And it's like instantly, his hair turns white and he's her bride. Bitch, don't get me started. So that means now, oh fuck, I just realized that. That means now he's not gonna die there. She's gonna pass it on to him and he's gonna find someone else and they can live their life together in the underworld. That was really good. That was a good fucking story, dude. Bitch. Oh shit. That was a really good story. I'm so freaking glad I read both of those in 2 days. Because that was a good story, dude. That is definitely going to be one I recommend forever. It was so good. I've never read anything like that that has an ending like that. I will try to find if that author or that artist, I need to find everything that they've done. If they've done anything else, I need to read it because it was that good. I would recommend it 10 out of 10. Oh my God, I need to drink some water. Fantastic. Give me more. Give me more of that. Computer, give me more. Give me more stories like that. Anyway. I didn't mean to snot like that. Lord, had a snot bubble just now, but it's time to hang out with Debbie. It's time to eat food and dinner, and we're gonna watch something, and we're gonna have fun. And I'm probably gonna go to sleep early because I cried so much, but we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna have more to read. I'm gonna read more of the stuff that Devin picked out. And we're gonna have a good fucking day. And hopefully I finish editing this fucking video so I can upload it tomorrow. So we're gonna watch it really quick because I do like a playthrough to make sure I did everything right. It is back to the 2-hour mark, I'm sorry, but it's gonna be fine. We're gonna read the stuff that Devin suggested. I'm excited, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's time to end the video. It is Friday. I'm going to take you guys along with me to Second and Charles. So we're starting a new one because I'm going to sell some of the stuff I'm unhauling. Not a lot of what you guys saw in the last video. I think I'm okay. So some of the stuff I didn't end up selling when I went to Second and Charles before we went on vacation was like the JoJo's like hardcovers, because I didn't take the stickers off. So anything that you guys saw from the first video, and a little lingering, I'm gonna be honest with you, from the video before that, some of it I hadn't taken the sticker off. and taken the sticker off, so I was like, oh, I'm not turning this in unless I take that off. And you know, sometimes you gotta be delicate with these things because you know they just get to fucking up the cover. So I had to do that first. So like JoJo's, some Hansama stuff I talked about last time. So that's what we're selling. I want to take you guys with me because I want to buy some new stuff, or at least have some credit. But we're also ending the video, so let's talk about all the stuff I finished reading. So I did not end up reading every single thing that Devin had picked out for me, but I read the majority of it, so I was really happy with that. So boom, girl, let's get into it. Haberdashery Mokusai, sorry if I read that wrong. Mamita, a Mamita title, we're excited. This was very, very good. I really liked this. I have the second volume, so I already have that outside by me for later, for this upcoming reading vlog. I thought that this was really, really cool. I've never read anything like this that, first of all, it takes place in this type of world, like a tailor, a seamstress, upscale suit type situation. But more than anything, I like the background of the two main characters. So our first main character, whose name is Ibuki, he always looked up to his grandpa. His grandpa had this amazing business where he tailored suits, really, really, really nice bespoke suits. bespoke suits. Don't exactly know what those are, but it's okay. I can tell it's fancy. And he always wanted to be like his grandpa, but he ended up getting involved with a different line of work when he got out of college. He also got involved with a relationship that really strayed him from like who he was. And when his grandpa passed away, he never actually got the opportunity, it seems, to truly work with his grandpa, which was really sad. So he has even more sense of urgency to make sure that the business continues to be successful. But there's a lot of stuff he didn't realize that his grandpa was going through at the time. So he's kind of going to have to like reinvent things, but he's going to need a partner. And I can't remember what the other guy's name is. Theo, that's right. So Theo is this guy. He is someone who's well known in this very like upscale town with a lot of upscale businesses, basically, for being like the best waiter at this fancy fine dining restaurant, but he doesn't work there anymore. And everybody's so shocked, like, oh my God, like, I can't believe that you're not working there anymore. But he is determined to work with Ibuki, and we find out like they've met before. There's a reason for this. We also eventually at the end find out why Theo doesn't work at that restaurant anymore. And I can't wait for volume 2 to see how this evolves. I'm excited. I think it's going to be really cute. I like this. I like him. I really like both of them together. I think they're going to be a good couple when this is over. I like the cat that's outside of the tailor shop. I think it's so cute. There's an old man, but like, doesn't the old man seem like the ghost of his grandpa? But he seems to be the owner of the business beside him, but it's hard because like I kept looking back and I was like, okay, but he seems like his grandpa's ghost. I don't know. Very, very good. That was something that Devin picked. Okay, The Stranger in the Hoarding House. This was not something that Devin picked. This is something that I pulled and wanted to read. This was really, really good. I feel like I've heard people say that, I don't think I've heard anybody saying that they hate it, but some people said that they didn't really like it that much. And I could see why. I actually wish that this was a little bit longer, to be honest with you, because it would have been cool to explore a little bit more these two main characters. But basically, Kamakura and Katsuyoshi, right? Yeah, Katsuyoshi. They both live in the same like apartment building. Katsuyoshi lives beneath Kamakura. Katsuyoshi's coming home from work one day and he's just minding his business, talking on the phone, and he sees that the apartment above him has a broken window. And he's like, oh shit, I'm pretty sure somebody lives there. I should go check on them. Inside is Kamakura. He lives in this apartment that he has hoarded. And what we find out about Kamakura is that he was an office worker. It seemed as though he had a very toxic and abusive boss who really drove him to the dark side of like depression and like feeling like he wasn't good enough, that he didn't deserve anything. So he quit that job. He's been living off of his savings, and he has had no like real motivation to kind of get out there. He's really like receded in himself. Katsuyoshi ends up going into the apartment, seeing, oh my God, this is a hoarded out place. There's somebody living here. And he decides like, I want to help this guy clean up his apartment. The landlord, she's not that understanding. And Katsuyoshi is like, look, I'm going to help him do this. From the landlord's perspective, she's like, I've seen this happen before. People, like, she just has no compassion. Sure, she probably has seen people who did not care, but she also has probably seen people who were really suffering from depression, and she had no understanding of that, so she had no compassion or sympathy for that, right? So Kamakura reluctantly accepts Katsuyoshi's help. Obviously, they're going to have a relationship that starts to bloom. What we find out about why Katsuyoshi is doing this is because something happened similarly to his brother. His younger brother was dealing with depression and he didn't get it. And his way of dealing with it was like, get over it, grow up, nothing is that bad. So he had no understanding for his younger brother during a time that was really hard for him. And because of that, he's lost the relationship with his younger brother. It kind of like fucked up, I think, the relationship with his parents too a little bit. So he's like, I'm trying to kind of right this wrong with you because of how guilty I feel. So The good thing is, like, because it's a one-shot, you know, things get resolved very quickly. That's why I kind of wish it was a little bit longer, because even though like everything gets resolved and I liked that, and I'm happy that that happened, ooh, it would have been nicer to see it kind of like play out like how Love in the Palm of His Hand is. Like, this is gonna be like 4, maybe 5, well, I don't know, but this is not the last one, y'all. So this was really, really, really good. I think it talks about and helps you. I think the thing about this one is that, you know, when you have, it costs you nothing to have compassion for other people and to try to understand them. You may find that the person really genuinely needs and wants help. And sometimes you might find that the person doesn't want help, though that does exist, but it costs you nothing to listen, you know what I mean? And to have a little bit of compassion for that person. And the great things that came out of it was, you know, Kamakura, he gets his apartment clean. The landlord starts to have a little bit more understanding and compassion for the people that live in her apartment complex. Katsuyoshi, he ends up reconciling with his brother. Kamakura gets another job. So it's a really, really beautiful story. And then of course they get to be together. And at least in the end, I think they still live separately, but imagine if they live together, it'd be so cute. I liked it. Moving on, Love in the Palm of His Hand, Volume 3. This was not something that Devin chose, but I kept reading after the first volume that he picked that I really liked. This was very good. I really, really like this story. Fujinaga is so interesting. I think I mentioned this last time. I would love to see this animated, because the way that the creator, that the mangaka is able to show us the way that Fujinaga can tell a story almost in any way, but as he's slowly learning how to use sign. And that's also really interesting. I know that there's a difference between like American Sign Language and then African American Sign Language. I didn't know that I never thought to think about Japanese Sign Language. Like, how many ways can you, you know, ASL is already its own language, you know what I'm saying? And then like you translate it also to be your native language. Like, that's so interesting, right? This is really cool. But anyway, the way that Fujinaga is able to tell a story, and then you show how he is so expressive, and this is what's going to also make him a better actor. You know, he's not going to be okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, this part, this one is really about Fujinaga and Kaito getting closer. I really liked the fact that Fujinaga helped get the reading glasses, or get the glasses that could translate what was going on, so that Kaito could experience the play that way. It's definitely making it so Kaito, I think, is in a relationship where someone truly sees him, and that is helping him to kind of blossom in his own way. You know, he is fairly independent, but he still lives with his family, and it's clear that certain people in his family, I think specifically his younger brother, they are very much kind of overprotective of him. So it's like Kaito is now having his first real serious relationship, and it's making him want to experience, like, you know, I don't want to have to go home and leave Fujinaga. Like, I want to be able to spend time with him. I think I want to live on my own, which immediately like causes an issue with his family. So that's what we're going to explore in the next volume, which will be really interesting, because it's like, why? I understand being concerned for your family member. Like, you know, you don't know who's out there. You don't know who could hurt you. Like, you get that. But at the same time, it's like, he's still an adult, and it's not like he can't do it. He hasn't had the opportunity to even try. So how do you know that he will fail? So Kaito wants to be, I think, seen more as an adult by the people in his immediate family, and not kind of coddled. And he wants to have this relationship with Fujinaga, like, take it to the next level, take it to the next step. Fujinaga is also exploring himself. I really want to learn more about the dynamic with his dad too. We haven't seen his dad, you know, face to face, but we know he exists, but we also know that they are not really close. The mom died. What's going on with that? Is there some trauma there? I'd like to know. I'd like to know. But so far, so good. Next up, okay, so all the rest of these are what Devin picked. My Love Story with Yamuna-kun at level 999, volume 6. Totally forgot that volume 5 ended with the slap. I wish I would have reread volume 5 so I could get back into the same annoyed energy that I had, because F that chick. I'm sorry. Coming from someone who's never been in a fight, sometimes I do wish I could slap somebody in the face. And Akane really, she definitely was justified in slapping the shit out of that girl. I think she should have given her not just but a Who am I? All I'm saying is, don't put your fucking hands on me and get mad at me because your boyfriend sucks and he's playing games. But you also are playing games. You're trying to use me as a pawn. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And then the other friend, sir, step up, say something. Say something. I don't know. But this was very cute. After that happened, really nothing really happened, which is okay. But yeah. They're getting closer. Very, very adorable. People are graduating and getting into a next situation. That's cute. Oh, but yeah, then Akane like damn near passes out and falls down the stairs. Who knows what's gonna happen? Ooh, didn't mean to shake that, my bad. But yes, still really enjoying myself. Also, I had watched all of the anime and it was really, really good. So very happy about that. This next one, I will actually be selling this today. This I did not hate this, but I didn't like it either. I didn't like one of the main characters. He was very, very to me, and I could do without. And that was Love, a Kitten, and a Salty Dog. I don't like him. I really, really, really don't. They're not main characters, but the main characters that I liked were the cat and then this shop dog. That's about it. I don't mind him, but I really don't care for him. I really don't. So basically, let me just read the back. Picking up strays and falling in love. Okura is a tough veterinarian who works at Kinako Animal Hospital right near the entertainment district. One day, a kind and earnest college student. Kind and earnest? I beg to differ. Just because he loves his cat. I don't really like him. That's his only redeeming quality, that he brought the cat in. Student named Momo brings in a tiny kitten he found on the streets, and the two men grow closer as Okura helps Momo learn about cat parenthood. It isn't long until their conversations turn from pet care to their experiences with romance, as Okura finds himself wanting to get to know Momo better. Will their relationship grow into something more than a kiss? Yeah, it does, pretty quickly, and not consensually. Not consensually right off the bat. And it's just like, what's the reason for that? You know what I mean? So yes, Momo, college student, he's a sugar baby. Okay. This is not a judgment. This is just like, did he really have that profession? And then like we'll get to it. What was his name again? Okura. I didn't mind him. He seems to not have success with love in relationships and stuff. Momo is clearly hitting on him. Okay. He even at one point is like, oh yeah, like all the girls in my school think that you're so like good looking and I want to know what kind of sex you have. That's not an exaggeration. He literally asks that blatantly after like, what's his face has taken care of the cat for a little while. Why are you asking me that? And he's like, oh, I'm teasing because later he admits, so he's a liar in my opinion, that he picked up on Okura being like possibly a little gay. So he was like, I'm just going to tease you. So then he's like, this was wrong. He like, you know, as he's getting, first of all, no. So Momo's getting closer and closer and asking like, what kind of sex do you have? Blah, 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 like details and shit. I just really want to know. And then like he goes in for a kiss. He shouldn't have done that. There's no butt coming. Momo's like, oh my God, like what's going on? And the other dude's like, well, I thought you were hitting on me. Momo runs away. This is a reoccurring thing with Momo, which is very annoying. Then it's kind of awkward, but Momo insists, you know, because he has to check on the cat, because this guy's doing him a favor. He can't fucking take the cat in and he can't pay for anything really. Like he does, but he doesn't really pay anything in my opinion. But you know how he wants to pay? By sucking his wiener at some point, because that is the next logical thing for him to do is I'm going to take you to a hotel and I'm going to get on my knees and I'm going to put your wiener. That's what he does. And let me tell you something. I can't really show you, but pushes him on the bed. Oh, well, I can't really show you. That's full uncensored wiener. It's just like sucky, sucky, sucky. and he knows at this point that what he does. And he's like, for Momo-kun right now, I'm just another one of his clients. Well, he doesn't want to be that because he really wants to get to know him. He wants to date him. So what he ends up asking him is, hey, can we like stop this right now? Like, why don't we try dating? You would think, well, okay, he did say this next. You can stop sleeping with your clients. I'll be your boyfriend. I'll look after you. So be your next sugar daddy if you're asking me, because that's the dynamic at the end. And he's like, what the hell? What does that even mean? I don't want a boyfriend, and I sure as hell don't want to have sex anymore. I'm over this. And then Momo just proceeds to be like, why? Why would he even think about asking me that? Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, what could he possibly be thinking? So you can't pick up on the fact that he has a crush on you either, but you could pick up on the fact that he, okay. And then you're just going to put his wiener in your mouth. No. So he keeps on meeting his clients, and then he's like, oh, well, I guess there's no love in this. You're just now figuring that out? Who am I? Then they start carrying on a conversation, kind of anonymously, online on like a dating app, where he is salty dog, and he is trying to get to know Momo more, but Momo doesn't know that that's him. So he's trying, and this is wrong, he should have been honest. I do understand why he thought that that was the best way to go about it, but you know what's going to end up happening. You know, he's going to end up, I think I like Salty-kun because like he's just so easy to talk to. What are y'all even talking about? I'll tell you what, you just unload all of your very ridiculous and annoying ass thoughts onto Salty-kun, who then goes, oh man, that's just so sad. Like, I wish I could hold you right now. So boyfriend stuff, boyfriend things that you want. You see what I'm saying? Don't piss me off, Momo. Of course, all the while, the cat is just like, you know, loving life and being adorable. I do appreciate that. And then the shop dog is cute too. You know, I mean, come on. Come on. Look at the cat. But, you know, he's, then they get to hooking up casually. And he's like, oh, all of this is just ridiculous to me. Oh, but then you know what's going to end up happening. Momo's going to find out, oh, he has been lying to me because he's going to text him when they're together. Shut the fuck up. But of course they end up getting together. And my thing is, he gives up the sugar baby lifestyle. He moves in with Okura. Doesn't have a job, it doesn't seem like. So just another sugar baby situation. And I am not judging a sugar baby situation. I'm saying I'm judging Momo. That's the difference. I don't like him. I think because well, no, I just don't like him. I'll just keep it simple. But yeah, I don't really like him at all. And you're getting sold. No rereadability. Then we reread The Big Apple. I must have read the second volume too, because I thought that the hostage kidnapping happened in this one. It did not, but the bead did. The bead is there. I'm so mad I didn't end up managing to find the bead for Devin the first time around, but I'll get him on the second one. Okay, once I crack open the second volume, he's seeing the beads, okay? Now this is fully censored, so we've got lightsabers in this, but the bead, she stands out. She stands out. Now, what I don't know, and I'm not going to look it up, I'm just going to experience the story. Is this a guide-verse thing? Because we're dealing with supernatural shit. We got a flame man in here. Okay, he's like a super sniper that it seems like it's a little bit, well, I've never really shot anything, so I don't know, like, could you be a super sniper? I guess you can, but it seems a little supernatural, okay? We got the Knights Templar up in here. You got Joaquin and Jürgen. That's Jürgen. And he's the one with the bead. And yeah, Jürgen says something like, well, you know how it is, like, oh no, I couldn't possibly continue to have sex. Just one last time, cut to, we've had sex throughout the whole entire night, now it's dawn. Does anybody sleep? Does anybody sleep is what I'd like to know. I guess kudos to anybody, fictional or otherwise. Y'all can go all night, good for you, but I need sleep. I need a snack in between. They don't really get no rest up in these things, so there you have it. But still really enjoying it for the most part. Then I finally where is it? Read some of my NetGalley stuff. Oh yeah. I am a good person. Oh, there it is. Hold on. I don't know what it is about the iPad. I never know where to find anything. I struggle constantly. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I read Honeybee and Lemon Balm, Volume 1. So everything else is going to be NetGalley. I don't know if I would continue reading that. I certainly wouldn't buy it. It's not that it's bad, but it's not, well, no, I think it is good. Like I'm interested to see where it goes, but I wonder how long it's going to be, because it's just like man with flower shop, medical condition, takes in former Yakuza bad boy, no idea how to function in the real world apparently, and yeah, they're gonna love each other. Boom. I do like that. This one was good. Kirio Fan Club Volume 1. This is really, really funny, and I must find out what happens next. Okay, so it's basically about these two girls in high school who are in love with this guy named Kirio, and they have like an interesting banter, because it's like, okay, we both like this guy, so we shouldn't be friends with each other, but we are friends. They compete against each other to see like who loves him more, but at the end of it, we find out that one of them is lying about their love for him and the other one isn't, possibly. But then we find out that this guy who they both crush on, he knows who they are. They think that maybe he probably doesn't really, like they love him from afar, basically. But he seems to like have a crush on one of them, I think. Or we see him like look at them longingly. And I'm really interested about that. And there's this dynamic of like, which of these girls is really in love with the guy? Which of them is in love with the other girl? Because that's what I think is going on. But we shall see. Drawing from Your Memory Volume 1. I will be continuing on with that series. That's this close to crying. You almost got me there, but I managed to control myself. This one is going to be really, really hard to read. It's a time loop story, which I think I do actually like those. But for this one, it's about a young girl who, when she was in high school, she joined the manga club, and she and only one of the other people, I guess you could say the president of that club, were the only ones who actually came there to draw manga. The other guys would come in and out and they would just be reading. And her relationship with the guy really inspired her and motivated her to be a mangaka. So she encourages him to publish his work. He encourages her to publish her work. And once she finally does, she finds out about him being successful in his. Like, he gets published, but then he dies. And he had left her a book of his ideas, because her whole thing for most of this time was that she is really good at drawing, but she wasn't good at like making the storyline, it seems. And I think, well, he was really good at drawing, but I think that was kind of like the opposite. He was a really, really good storyteller and he could draw too, but he gave her his book of ideas, and in honor of him, she kind of made those into, she published those out into the world, but she never told anybody the truth about the fact that, oh, these aren't my ideas. So when she's finally out of the ideas from his ideal book, her friend, who she doesn't realize was a former like student with her and the guy, is like, no, you have to do X, Y, and Z. She somehow, some way gets drawn back in time to before he dies. And she's like, I'm going to make it so that published work, he gets to see that he was published, because that was the thing. He got published, but he died right before he could find out. But something happens. She obviously changes the timeline, but now we're back at the beginning again. So it's going to be interesting to see how many times this is going to change. But there's a dynamic with his sister that is really interesting, that I think is what is also changing things. So that'll be fun. And then Marrying the Dark Knight. I definitely will continue on with that one. That one seems really, really good. I do like it a lot. Yeah, it's really good. I don't have much to say. Like, I think that this one will be, it's going to be very funny. It was already really funny from the first volume. Basically, it's this Dark Knight. He has to marry someone because the king has decreed it. Every knight should be getting married. But the Dark Knight is like the scariest one of all. Oh, is there Cecilia? No. Charlotte. Which one? Okay. I can't remember who it is. So I think Charlotte is the main female character's name and Cecilia is her little sister. It might be switched. I'm sorry. I'll correct it here. The older sister takes care of her younger sister who is sick, but her family has no money, really. They've lost a lot of their land, and they're really struggling to survive. She decides, I'm going to marry that Dark Knight because I'm going to help my family. And her parents are like, oh my God, don't do it. We'll find another way. And she's like, no, I can't. Like, I have to do this for my sister. And that's what we like to see. We like to see a sister loving her sister. And the little sister loves her big sister. None of that shit that was in that other one where the fucking, you know, I grabbed the fucking, you know, shit and we came back and I'm married to the Black Wolf now. That sister, spoiled ass, no. None of that. Everything ended up being fine in the end, but that's not the point. I didn't like her. This is, I love and don't play about my sister. And y'all know I love that type of dynamic because that's how I am about my sister. But anyway. Blah, blah, blah. And at this point, I would have put spoilers on every single thing. I'm sorry, I wasn't saying that, but spoilers. The Dark Knight is a woman. And that's why everyone is, like, her personality is so funny. Charlotte is like, or the main female character is like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to make sure that you help me take care of my family. So now she's trying everything she can to get the Dark Knight to fall in love with her. I think her name is Frost von something. You know what I mean? And it's very, very, very cute. I liked it. I like the art. I love the expressions. I like that the maids are coming around. Like, she really has to change people's perception of the Dark Knight. But the thing is that knights are not allowed to be women. So this is why, like, on the day of their wedding, she shows up in full fucking armor and then kills a monster at the same time. So it's very, very, very cute. And not only that, I finally, I'm really, really cutting it close here. Finally picked up Trick Mirror. Finally picked up Trick Mirror. That was my sister's pick for the book club. I have Friday, which is today, Saturday. I have 2 days to try to get as far in this book as I possibly can. I read almost all of the first 3 chapters. I really tried to get the 3rd chapter read, but I just didn't end up finishing last night. And I was trying to do like 2, 2, 2. There's 9 chapters. The math would have made sense if you understood what I was doing. Okay, I know that doesn't make sense, but it's okay. I would have figured it out. I would have gotten it together. At some point, I would have read 3 chapters. I don't know. I'm still going to try because I'm going to do that. But yeah, that's what I'm struggling to read, trying to get finished. She's not counting for the April things I read, that's for sure. She's going to be in May. But yes, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you like the video, please like the video. If you like it, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on other social media. It'll be in the description box down below. And you have a good day. Goodbye.